See, God looks at us in our current state and sees us in our intended state. Your breakthrough may not come the way somebody else got their breakthrough. Your breakthrough may come a totally different way. God has given you the victory, and because the triumph is yours. Health is a mindset. Wealth is a mindset. Prosperity is a mindset. You see, 30 is not too old. 40 is not too old. 50 is not too old. 60 is not too old. 70 is not too old. 80 is not too old. 90, you just getting older. 100, you got old. But the fact is, there's still yet things to come. Turn to somebody and say, I'm not too old to receive the things yet to come. And you complaining about you're 45. Somebody clap your hands and say, I'm young. Come on, I'm still young. Somebody say, well, I'm getting ready to hit 50. What happened? No, you're still young. Yet there's things to come. See, I believe every one of us has been given a purpose. Every one of us has a calling. Every one of us has an assignment. And there are assignments that God gives us. There are assignments. You see, you got to know the difference between a calling and assignment. A calling and assignment is not the same. A calling comes from God. God calls a ravenous bird. God calls a man, a woman. God calls someone to fulfill his purpose. Assignment. The calling is from God. It's irrevocable. The gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. It's irreversible. Assignment happened to be that which the calling is concentrated its energy on. In other words, the assignment at that moment is what God has assigned you to do. Once you feel that assignment, your calling has not changed. Your assignment's just changed. So the assignment is where the concentration on your purpose has been focused on to fulfill that. Follow me? So every one of us has a calling, have a purpose, an assignment. God says, I know the end from the beginning, and I know what is yet to come, yet to be revealed, yet to unfold, yet to come into manifestation. So he says, I know the end from the beginning. Calling means I summon, I call, I choose, I target, I notify. Turn to somebody and say, have he notified you lately? The calling has to do with a choosing. It has to do with a targeting. It has to do with that notifying. You see, Smith Wigglesworth, you were called. You were summoned. You, Martin Luther King Jr., you were summoned. You, Oral Roberts, you were summoned. Jack Cole, you were summoned. Earl Park, you were summoned. David Huskins, you were summoned. Pastor Daly, you were summoned. Minister Rubin, you were summoned. You were called. Summoned. Tag. You're it. He calls people. God calls people. I call people, and I call them out. I call people to fulfill my purpose. Watch what he says in verse 11. Calling a what? Ravenous bird from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yea, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it. You see, I get an Elijah because I have an assignment for him. I call a Jeremiah because I got an assignment. Even though he's a weeping prophet, even though he weeps a lot, but I've got an assignment for him. I call Rahab. She has some issues, but I got an assignment for her. I call a David. He's going to have some challenges in his life, but I need a purpose to be fulfilled. I got him for an assignment. Somebody's got an assignment here, and God wants to wake you up in this hour because you're about to step into your purpose and step into things that's yet to come. You're going to move in prosperity. You're going to move in abundance. We can say it all day. I'm abundance. Plentiful. But if you're not in covenant and tithing, if you're not tithing, that's the beginning. That's the minimum. Honor God with the first fruit of your increase. Sow your offerings. Tithes and offerings doesn't expand the ministry. Tithes and offerings provide maintenance of the house. It is beyond that, the seeds that you go beyond that finances the projects. Got to catch this. Because when God can find a people that would not only honor him in their covenant, in their tithes and offerings, but get involved in financing his project, because he's called you and I on an assignment and a purpose to fulfill, so we all can see the whole body being impacted, and we all come in the house of God blessed, abundance, overflowing, a flourishing in the house of God, and we are planted. Those that are planted in the house of God shall flourish. Are we focused in on the things that really matters? What God has called you and I for purpose. Turn to somebody and say, you have a purpose. You were created on purpose. Get ready to take your life to a whole new level. See, we got to move to the whole nother place now. There's a reason why sometimes people don't come into their purpose or fulfill their assignments. God says, I got a David. Yes, he's going to have some challenges. Yes, he's going to miss it and blow it. Yes, a man after God's own heart. But yet he's chosen for a purpose. Because God said, I need him to fulfill an assignment. I got Moses. He's going to go through stuff about 40 years. But I need him for my purpose. I got a church. Even though they may act here and there and this and that sometime, I still have them for an assignment. God will call a people to fulfill his purpose. Oh, I want you to get this tattooed in your brain. I want to put this on your brain so you can get it in your spirit that you are here for purpose. And you begin to seek God in this dimension, your life is going to take on a whole new meaning. And that which you feel like you've been missing is going to be filled up. Hallelujah. See, life is very simple. You're making it too complicated. Life is to live and fulfill a purpose. Glory to God. You're looking for something deep. I'm giving you something deep. You see, life is to live and fulfill a purpose. What's your assignment? What's your purpose? See, you can't give life if you don't have life to give. You can't give peace if you don't have peace. You can't give joy if you don't have joy. You can't give healing if you're not healed. You can't give restoration if you're not restored. You cannot give prosperity and wealth if you're not prospering. God says, I call you to fulfill my purpose. But Bishop, you don't know I can't talk like other people talk. I didn't have the background education like other people have. I don't have degrees behind my name. Nobody really know me. Nobody really gonna listen to me. How do you know? You see, God can set you up and get you into places that you never thought you can go into. If you get in the assignment, you get in the purpose, all of this struggling, all of these things that's trying to make happen, it'll begin to wash away. I never would have thought that in my purpose, in my calling, I would wind up shaking the hand, going to Washington, D.C., and meeting the President of the United States of America and to speak with him face to face without having to go up with a delegation of a lot of preachers or buy a $1,000 ticket to sit at a dinner table, prayer breakfast, but walk straight through. Say assignment. See, when you get an assignment in your purpose, God can put you in the places and spaces and faces that you never thought you can go to. You see, it was in 1964 that I had my first encounter with the Lord as a 12-year-old boy. And God revealed himself to me in that early age that it so inspired me that I sought the Lord and I wanted a deep encounter with him, that I began to pursue the Lord, and I came into the revelation of salvation. And Jesus Christ came into my heart. I wanted to serve God. Early age. Growing up as a boy, I would get premonition. I would get these visions. I get these dreams. I get these things that I see and I didn't understand them. Little did I know that God was preparing purpose, destiny. Some of you have dreams when you were a little boy, a little girl. Some of you had dreams inside of you. You saw yourself in these areas. When you were a little child, you saw yourself doing something. You were speaking it out. And yet other folks came around and started telling you things differently and began to convince you that you couldn't do it, or you couldn't be it, or you couldn't achieve it. I thank God for my parents, especially my mother, because it's my mother that really encouraged me from day one that I can be whatever I believe I can be. I can do whatever I put my mind to do. She would encourage and pray over me. But not only that, she would model it for me. I saw a model of someone, when they put their hands to the plow, they didn't look back until they finished the course. That's my mother. Clap your hands and thank God for Mother Hall. I will never, ever not be grateful. And I will ever be grateful of her impartation in my life that changed me forever. I want to be able to bless others like this. I want to be able to come and give you the messages that would inspire you, that would encourage you, that would empower you, enlighten you to be all that God's created you to be, because you can do it. I say you can do it. You see, God looks at us in our current state and sees us in our intended state.